Hello everybody, I am in the Joseph Ribkoff showroom. You can see the branding behind us. I'm here with Mark. So I've been dealing with Mark for probably about 20 years. Yep. Doing Joseph Ribkoff. He, well, as he said, he wore the doormat down to get us to have a little look at the brand, and how happy I was that he did, because we've been working with it. It's been an absolutely fabulous brand for us over those years. But I thought it would be really nice to find out a little bit more about the man behind the brand and his life into fashion. So, Mark, how did you get into fashion?
Hello. Well, many years ago, I had a friend who had been an agent for then many years, and one day I was selling print at the time, and he said, "Do you fancy getting into fashion?" I said, "Yeah," and that's how it happened. So I went to a trade show, thought, I like a bit of that, and that's it.
So what were the first things that you were selling when you went into fashion? Was it
evening wear mainly?
It was evening wear.
Yeah, he was an evening wear specialist, so that's what I did. So all those long frocks and beaded and sequin and all those kind of things back then. So a long time ago, yeah.
But obviously you've stayed in fashion for all those years. How then did Joseph Ribkoff come about? How did you get involved in Joseph Ribkoff?
That was a similar situation. There was a customer in the southwest. So I live in Exeter still, it's on my home, but I was in Bristol where this lady was based, and it was the only stockist of Joseph Ribkoff in the south. And she just off the cuff one day said, "Look, they're looking for somebody, why don't you contact them?" Which I did. And it didn't happen for a while. They actually took on somebody else for the south, but working solely out of London. And that, as I understand it, didn't work. So then they contacted me to see if I was still interested. And I jumped at it and started with 12 sample pieces that I always say, everybody's heard this story.
12?
12 sample pieces in a magazine.
I'm not joking, you should see the size of the showroom now. So 12,
That's what and we just started and cracked on. And I don't know what it is about the brand. I mean, the man himself was hugely inspirational to me. That Joseph Ribkoff, yes, is a person, is still alive. And very much alive, actually. And he is still an inspiration to this day, although he's no longer actively involved in the company. But yeah, that's where it started, and I felt it was good to continue.
So obviously Joseph, for those that don't know, and I can't believe that you don't know, but those that don't know about the Joseph Ribkoff brand, it's a Canadian brand.
Yep.
And Joseph Ribkoff, the man himself, launched it.
In 1957.
Yeah, so been going over...
A minute ago.
Yes, yeah. And Mark hasn't been working for them.
No, not that long, no. Yeah.
So you started with the 12 pieces.
Yeah.
But obviously you really like the brand, just to have the confidence to be able to kind of start with those 12 pieces.
Indeed.
And you've obviously grown it, so you started regionally and then...
Yeah, so I started regionally, covered the far southwest, and then expanded to the south as my then sales director, gave me the opportunities, as clearly, it was working for both of us, if you will. And then continued to add on those other counties and regions. But I remember the day I knew we hadn't dealt with you at Anne Furbank up to that point. I can't remember the exact year, but anyway, a while ago, as we say, approximately 20 years ago plus. But I knew I wanted to deal with you. You had an amazing reputation, and I started knocking on the door and wearing your doormat out. And that's how it went. And then fast forward, and both of us have, been able to grow the business with you together to an incredible level, and work as a great solid partnership. So
it was. I will tell you that. So Mark did talk about the brand. We went to see it a number of times actually in Germany. So when the shows were on in Germany, so I went out to see the brand in Germany. Had a little look at it, but if I'm being perfectly honest, it was your confidence in the brand that really came across. You were so passionate about the brand and so sure that it would work and so confident with the fit and the styling that we kind of felt that we needed to give it a punt, really. And literally have not looked back from those early years. So what do you think makes Joseph Ribkoff such a good brand? What is their success?
It is, well, it was always and still is. We try to achieve a great service. We're not perfect, things do happen, but generally it starts with that. But the garments themselves and the product themselves is the fit, for sure. And then Mr. Ribkoff always used to say, we look after everybody, we do everything we can, and they'll keep coming back, and they have done, despite having, the odd issue, but over the years. But generally, the fit the lady comes back for, and when she doesn't even realise, I can't put that jersey dress on or what have you, and she goes in, changes. We see it, daily in our promotional shows through our stockists like yourself and in store with yourselves. And she comes out thinking, oh my goodness, this is incredible. And she just didn't believe it. So that, it just gives you that confidence to run with, really. Yeah. And
I would certainly agree with that. I think if any of you have been to our fashion shows, you will know every time we show Joseph Ribkoff, I will say that this garment will fit a size 8, it will fit a size 18. You could be 5 foot, you could be nearly 6 foot, and that same piece works. How they do it, I have no idea. I'm not getting into that, but I'm just very happy that they do it. Yeah. So you've obviously been in charge of the UK operation for.
That will be I don't know, coming up 19 years, I suppose, something like that. Yeah, 20 years. I'm 29 years with the company now. Obviously started straight from school, and so it must be all of 20 years probably coming up. I've been running the operation. Yeah. And
it's now you obviously have a team that work for you, but I think one of those members of the team is a family member.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. We have several family members involved in the team, and that's great. And everybody involved in the team has lived and breathed the Ribkoff and believe it the same as I do, and that's really what it's all about. It's we often say, it sounds a bit cheesy, but if we're like a stick of rock, I'm sure Joseph Ribkoff is through us like a stick of rock, because it's that belief, and with that and passion and persistence, words we believe in strongly, it's achieved everything, and partnerships such as we have, it's achieved great things, I think. So
I think one of the other successes with the Joseph Ribkoff has been, it's quite common to kind of associate it with dressier pieces. Yeah. So, if I'm going somewhere special, the Joseph Ribkoff dresses, we know fit and work really well, the jumpsuits, all that sort of thing. But over the year, it's still kept that handwriting of Joseph Ribkoff, but it has developed. So they've been introducing new fabrics and
indeed,
and a bit more casual wear, that sort of thing.
It's gaining momentum. The denim, we started with going into that kind of area, I guess, a few years ago now. And generally, again, it comes down to the fit and, a bit of different with some embellishments on it, of course, to draw the eye initially, but then it's the fit. And the same with the knitwear. We're getting quite a lot of response to our knitwear, our two pieces and general knitwear. That I think in its essence, it's quite versatile. As you rightly say, that we were pigeonholed and still are to a degree of event wear. And I like to say event wear, because it does conjure up anything from the races to a wedding guest to whatever. But its versatility, I think, is the other word we use all the time, because I think we all want to get our wardrobes to work for us, and I think that's what the line enables you to do.
Well, certainly the collections that we've started having in for the autumn really cover all of that. We've got everything from jackets with lovely sort of faux fur trims, we've got knitwear, we've got some fabulous pleated culottes, so in a faux leather pleated culotte, all working with all the beautiful knitwear, and then right through to, as you say, some guests at weddings, so lace topped little A-line dresses, to really sort of glamorous, black tie, almost kind of red carpet event wear that it does. So and that's just starting to come in for the autumn winter. So you will see that out on the shop floor, and as you say, that sort of diversity that it really brings is quite incredible from one single brand.
Yeah.
But also to keep that Joseph Ribkoff identity. So
definitely, yeah. That's important.
But the pieces behind, we can't show you all of them because they're sneaky preview. But the pieces behind are for next spring. So I shall be doing, I better go because I've got to concentrate and do the buy for next spring. So Mark, thank you very much.
Thank you.
We have been working for a very long time together, so we know each other very well. But yes, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Becky. Appreciate it.